it's Omicron. Falcon hates puns and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Hello, and welcome everybody. Swap that over. There we go.
Yes, everybody.
Yep, everyone. Not just you this week.
Aww.
No, it's for everyone today.
All right, that's fair enough, I guess.
Do you not like to share?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Okay.
Maybe that's an oldest child thing, I feel like.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was forced to share with my younger siblings, so maybe I don't like it very much.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Psychology. Neither of us are psychologists. This is just us talking.
No, yeah, no, of course.
Nope, don't take this as advice.
No.
No.
I'm not sure there's anything useful to be learned from us anyway, so.
No. I think I concur with that wholeheartedly. What you snacking on today?
It's called a K-Time bar.
And it is.
It's like pastry with like raspberry filling.
Ooh, it sounds good.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, I'm down.
No.
All right, cool. Let's see. Ooh, you want to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldiers to start this thing off?
Yes, because I literally just finished watching it.
Oh, that's so perfect. It's fresh in your mind. I mean, I watched it like 5 days ago, so not as fresh, but still, it's there.
It's there.
I haven't forgotten it yet. So before we start this, I do want to point out there's been this theory going around on several different YouTube channels and Twitter accounts and stuff that the initial plot line for Falcon and the Winter Soldier was about a released like bioweapon virus, potentially, that was making a lot of people sick and creating a pandemic. And that basically Disney was like, it's too close.
Too real.
Too soon. Back off. So yeah, like there's the scene where the Flag Smashers are stealing all those vaccines, right? And then we have the truck fight, and what do they do with the vaccines? I don't know. They're never mentioned again, right? Just weird stuff. So they go through, there's a lot of ADR, which is just where they add audio after the fact, after they've filmed and produced everything.
Yep.
For those who don't know, so there's a lot of ADR in different scenes. There's a bunch of weirdness going on. Anyway, so the theory is that there was a pandemic happening, and that so it happened during the blip, right? This pandemic starts during the blip, so half of the world's population is gone. So this pandemic happens, and they have enough, apparently, like vaccine production to where everyone just kind of gets it, because they have enough production for billions and billions of people. Now they have half of that. But then the blip gets reversed, and suddenly there's scarcity with vaccines. And suddenly people aren't getting vaccines who were slated to get them before because, countries are hoarding them or having them go to wealthier people because now there's scarcity.
Right.
And that's part of what the Flag Smashers are mad about, rather than this non-specific, like, things were better during the blip and there weren't defined countries. And you're like, wait, what? Like...
Right.
The weird ideology you're spouting here.
Right. It's a kind of a one world movement, right? Like they've made that kind of clear, but why they're mad is super elusive to me still. And we're 5 out of 6 episodes in.
Not great. So yeah, the people are firmly believing that it's because it was a pandemic storyline that they had to like hastily change, which is why, again, probably why it didn't come out when it was supposed to. It was supposed to come out before Wanda. WandaVision was supposed to be the second Disney Plus show. And they delayed it probably for this reason.
Because as far as I can gather, the idea and the main story is that half the world's population gets snapped. And countries that are desperate for economic regrowth and like to bounce back happily accept anyone who wants to travel. And then everyone comes back 5 years later and goes, well, we want our old jobs and houses back. And so they kick everyone out and you've got a bunch of refugees. And that's the Flag Smashers.
And I think that's what they kind of ended with, yeah.
Yeah. The problem with that is, what if all the countries lose half their population, aren't they all equally as desperate to have people? Surely there is an economic incentive to get people to stay in the country you're in rather than to leave, like an equal amount. So why was so many people traveling to get jobs? Because there's now an economic rush everywhere that needs people. Everywhere needs people. Stay where you are. There's just as many jobs.
Unless there was a lot of people moving from impoverished countries into countries with more opportunity during the blip. And then suddenly, so you had this giant shift, and now you have everybody in Germany who came from Algeria, and who came from Chad, and who came from Romania and stuff, right? And now all the native Germans are back, and it's like, oh, crap, we're at 150% capacity of what we were, you know?
Right.
That's all I'm thinking.
But if you then are at overcapacity, surely Algeria is now under capacity, and taking them back would not be hard.
Right, but maybe you don't want to go back. Like, maybe that's the whole Flag Smasher thing, is we don't want to have to live where we were born. Screw that. Right, well... Just let us live and work wherever we want to work. That's their ideology, right?
Yeah, but I mean, get a visa.
It's not that easy for a lot of people.
I know it's not that easy for, like, a lot of people. But
yeah.
That doesn't make it okay to blow up supply camps and whatnot.
Murder people. Yeah. Right. No, that's fine. So yeah, again, the initial storyline is vaccines, and that Carly's mother or aunt or whoever she is dies from this disease because of this whole vaccine shortage that exists now.
Right, that character who we only met for a funeral, but is super important. Yeah.
Who is apparently, the casting was a fairly important Hollywood person, right?
Oh, really? Was it? Who was it?
Maybe. I'm trying to remember. I heard listen to this on a podcast.
Was it important, like a big actor, or important like a big producer?
No, like an actress.
Okay.
Yeah. God, what's her name? I don't remember. Anyway, just the point was. Jolie. I know, right? But the point was that people saw her on the cast list for this episode and were like, oh, well, she's going to have a part. And then she didn't do anything. She just, like, died. People were like, what the heck? This doesn't make any sense at all.
Right.
Anywho, so yeah, what's actually happening in the show, we had a nice boat building montage.
Yeah.
We had a nice Rocky montage for Falcon. That was very fun.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of stuff happened, but those were the two big things that I remember, honestly. Falcon goes to visit Isaiah Bradley, and Isaiah expresses more of what happened with him. And this is actually in the comics. Black Captain America, I think in the comics, there are some POWs that he wants to go rescue, and they tell him no. And he actually, for some reason, is able to take Captain America's, like, Steve Rogers uniform and go rescue them, and the government's pissed about that, and they take him and they lock him up.
Right, which is, I'm entirely sure it's not unintentional, but that is literally what happens to Falcon and Bucky in the first Captain America movie.
Steve and Bucky.
Yeah, Captain America and Bucky. Is that what I said?
You said Falcon and Bucky, but I understood.
So many Captain Americans. I'm getting them mixed up.
I know, me too. Steve and Bucky. We'll use their names.
Steve and Bucky. Chris Evans.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other guy.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. His whole thing was he went and rescued a bunch of POWs without permission, and he gets awarded and lauded for it, whereas Black Captain America does it, and he goes to prison and gets experimented on forever. So, yeah, bad times for Isaiah Bradley. And he's understandably incredibly bitter. He wants nothing to do with the country. He cannot understand why Sam would take up the shield when it means so many bad things for him personally and people that he knows. So I think they did a good job of being like, okay, this person has his perspective and it's valid, but then Sam has his perspective of like, I got to keep fighting. Like, no, the country's not perfect, but if I can help it get better through my efforts, why shouldn't I give it a try? You know?
Yeah.
And his perspective is valid too. Like, you don't walk out of that conversation going like, oh, one of those people is very wrong. It's just, you know, people have their own experiences, and that's fine. You can have your own perspective on stuff.
Yeah, I think the show is handling a contemporary viewpoint very well, right? Like the idea of race in Captain America and legacy and all this. It's handling all those from a modern perspective very, very well, but I think at its core, it's not a very interesting story. It's like the flag smashes basically don't interest me at all. Again,
the what? Oh, the flag
flag
smashers. Right.
Flag
Yeah.
smashes. Which is supposed to be the meat of the entire show, right?
Yes, they are very much an afterthought.
Yeah, and there's random French mercenary guy.
Yeah, Bartok.
Yeah, I don't know. Was he in another movie? I don't remember him.
I know, right? I was like, did he earlier in the show? Let's see. George. Oh, Batroc. Sorry, not Bartok. I apologize, George.
It's Braddock. Okay, Braddock.
Okay, so he gets recruited by Nick Fury to lead the hijacking on the Lemurian Star in Winter Soldier, in Captain America Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Cap defeats him.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know that guy. Yep.
And then he gets freed from custody by Sharon Carter, then gets defeated by Falcon later. When does that happen?
I don't know. Possibly in the start of Civil War, when there is like a virus that's about to be released and Wanda accidentally blows up a building.
Oh, was Falcon there?
Yeah, Falcon was there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So apparently Falcon personally took him down during that whole thing.
It was in that scene. He's generic bad guy number 3, right? Like,
right.
He's not given a name in that scene.
The point of that scene is not the terrorists.
Right.
Not at all. Okay, so hold on. Arrested. Oh, is it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Is it? I don't know.
Hold on. Derp. Kidnapping of Captain Vossant. We're getting close. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, is he one of the dudes in the plane at episode 1 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No.
He is.
Oh, okay.
It is that whole thing.
How did he live? Didn't that helicopter explode?
I'm reading real quick.
God, they set up generic mercs for Falcon to beat up on in the first episode. Now we're expected to remember them.
I know. What the crap? I don't remember any of those dudes. It's been 5 episodes.
Yeah, 5 long episodes. They're each close to an hour, 50 minutes. That's like expecting to remember a character after 2 movies. 2 regular Marvel movies. It's not happening.
Wilson successfully rescues Vossant and forces Batroc to the ground. That's it. I don't remember that at all. Why does he force him to the ground? Fine. Fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Just roll with it.
Just rolling with it. So that's where he came from. Episode 1 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, good to know.
Well, okay. So then the other weird thing is that Sharon Carter is the one who's like, you need to do this job for me. And he's like, screw you. And she's like, you owe me. And he's like, fine. You get a chance. I get a chance to kill Falcon. So, why is Sharon in charge of this guy?
Because she's the power broker, and the power broker is the bad guy.
I guess she's the power broker.
Yeah.
Because once again, you can't establish a big bad in the last episode of your TV show without ever having shown them before. It doesn't make any sense. So if they'd be like, the power broker is this person we haven't even shown on screen for 6 hours, everybody's going to be like, so...
Now, the power broker's actually the flight trainee kid that follows the Falcon around a bunch from the military.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Random Air Force pilot.
Flores or something. He apparently becomes the new Falcon in the comics.
Yeah.
So he might end up doing that.
There's a setup for that where Falcon's like, keep the wings.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. They're leading into it for sure. Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So last week, I think we talked a little bit about how the United States would react to New Cap murdering somebody in cold blood while being recorded.
We might have talked about it on stream, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember you feeling like the U.S. government would be willing to spin that in a positive, attempting a positive manner. But man, they did not do that at all.
I said they could, right? I didn't
Yeah.
necessarily say they would. And also, if the entire fallout of it is we gave someone a discharge, not even a dishonorable one, I don't think.
Was.
No, it was an otherly honorable, not dishonorable.
It was without honor. So, splitting hairs here. He doesn't get pension.
Right.
He can never work for the U.S. government ever again. Basically, they did everything they could to him except put him in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing the rest of the world will probably care about.
Yeah, that is an excellent point. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty interesting scene. Because, because New Cap, he's like trying to defend himself.
Right.
And the committee guy's like, this isn't a trial. We're just expelling you. Like,
Right.
It's been decided, dude. This is a formal pronunciation of what's going on. You don't get to tell us what happened. Like, we already know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then they just let him go. And it's like, okay, look. You just let a super-powered, trained by the U.S. military for a long time, dude, who's very pissed off at everyone, walk out of that room and do whatever he wants. What is wrong with you people?
A great many
I don't
things.
know.
Yeah.
Great many things. But they just, like, how the potential danger of a super-powered, super-serumed individual on the streets who's mad at everyone is really stupid high. I'm just saying.
Immediately gets recruited by Elaine.
Yes. Who, I don't know what she wants to do. Apparently she's Madame Hydra in the comics, but like, Hydra's done, I guess. So I don't know what they're going to do with her.
Hydra's
You
never
think Hydra's
done.
around?
Yeah, of course. 100%.
Cut off one head, two more up here.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
Hydra will never be dead because they're fallback bad guys, right? Like, oh, we need a secret organization that's working behind the scenes to explain this. It's Hydra.
Doesn't that get boring, though? Like, oh, it's Hydra again. Dang it, Hydra.
Yeah, it's pretty boring in the show so far.
Yeah. Anywho. Well, okay, so she shows up, and she's like, I'd like to recruit you. You're a super-powered individual. There aren't actually a lot of those on Earth, it turns out.
Turns out.
So come hang out with us. And he's like, who are you? And it's very confusing. And then is the card that she gives him blank?
Yeah, gives him a half-white, half-black card that says nothing on either side.
So I don't know how he's supposed to get in contact with her at all. He's probably not supposed to, but...
No, you burn it, and then there's metal on the inside that sticks around. That it's a phone number. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that is the cool way to do it these days.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happens. He then apparently goes directly to some workshop somewhere and starts building his own shield out of his own medals of honor that he earned. Which, good luck with your Costco shield, homemade, good sir. I'm not sure how it's gonna do.
I like the idea that he goes to throw it, and it's so unbalanced it just doesn't go wherever he wants, and it flops to the ground.
If he's able to build like a vibranium shield created specifically by Wakandans in the garage with scraps of metal, I'm going to be incredibly impressed.
I'm going to be incredibly annoyed.
If he's throwing it around and it's bouncing and returning to him and is like super strong, and I'd be like, come on. Come on. Okay, so we're prepared to be annoyed by that.
Yeah. Because then, like,
stuff.
literally anyone could forge the actual Captain America's super weapon, right? Like, just in their garage. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have medals of honor.
Oh, right.
That's all that works.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, that has to be part of it, though, right? He can't have enough medals to create an entire shield out of
No. He was only putting it at, like, 3 points around the entire shield.
Yes.
Right? Like,
so what's the rest of the shield made out of? Like aluminum? What's he doing?
Aluminium, and it's probably out of, like, scraps of galvanized steel. Like, he actually took the bonnet off his car and just cut a circle out.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he did. I can see that happening.
Went down to the wreckers and looked for an old taxi to take the door off and be like, well, I gotta be like actual Captain America, use a car door first, and then it'll get progressively better.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, that's it.
Yeah.
He's following the mythos.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Excellent. All right. So this week's the last one, right?
As far as I'm aware, it's only 6 episodes. Yeah.
Okay, so they need to wrap up Carly's attack on the Global Repatriation Council, or whatever they're called.
Sure.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Repatriation?
Yeah. Repatriation. Yeah.
So they attack the Global Repatriation Council with a very Hail Hydra method. Like, people are whispering secret catchphrases to each other. It was very Hydra of them.
Yeah.
They have sleeper cells and agents everywhere on Earth. They apparently don't know how to use VPNs.
No.
Because, remember, dude was like, so we've been getting pings from these Flag Smasher guys all over Europe, but there was a ping in New York City just now. And he even says, like, I can't guarantee that this isn't being, routed through something else and it's false, but we should look into it. And it's not! They're literally just being like, hey, everyone, come attack New York City, whoever has access to this.
Right. I'm very surprised that the good guys, quote unquote, whoever that is, aren't just like, oh, let's just trace all the installs of this Google Play app and go and arrest those people now. As they carry around global positioning systems in their pockets. It'll be so hard to find these people. Definitely couldn't find the masterminds of this entire organization who control the entire thing from the same devices.
And, I don't think it's on Google Play, but if What's-His-Face was able to get it in the first episode, it can't be hard to access, right?
Right.
I mean, and if the whole point is you are the terrorist organization of the people, then you have to make it easy for the people to get this app. So, yeah, it's easy to get, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
It would be hilarious if it was on Google Play. Google's like, oh, that seems fine. Flash mob for terrorism? Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
We'll take anything.
It's all about those AdSense accounts. Like, what you don't see is that between being like, hey, let's meet up here for a riot or whatever, it's just playing all those people ads every time they open up the app. That's how Carly's funding the entire organization, is through a Google AdSense account.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, so we have to finish up whatever's happening there. Also, Newcap has to have some kind of a finish to his storyline.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we get to see Falcon in his new costume doing stuff, new Cap stuff. And the power broker has to be involved somehow. I guess Zemo's gone.
Yeah, he's just in the raft. Why was he not in the raft the first time? Why was he just in generic German prison and now he's in the raft?
That's an excellent question. He should have been there the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
Do we know anybody else who's in the raft right now? I feel like they don't talk about it a lot in the MCU.
No. Ironically, the last people we saw in the raft was the Avengers.
Right. So, but they're all out. So
that would have been okay. So the last time we saw the raft, Falcon was in the raft, right? And Captain America came and busted him out. Why not put Zemo in the raft, and then you can have Falcon be like, "Yeah, I know how to get out of here."
Or does he? Cap just busted him out. It's not
Right,
like Cap was like, and here is a step-by-step manual on how to do this.
Right, but he would have some inside knowledge of what the place is like.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, rather than just being like, oh, I guess this guy who was frozen in ice for 90 years knows how to do it.
I guess maybe they just figured that Zemo's a regular dude. Like, he's not superpowered, so he's not really a threat to escape. The only reason he escaped is because the Winter Soldier helped him do it.
But if he's not a threat to escape, why is he in like maximum security instead of general population? Why are there all those security measures that they have to go to just to meet with the guy?
I mean, I'm not sure that that's maximum security.
I mean, he's in a padded cell. It's behind glass, right?
Yeah,
like,
but so is everybody else in that prison. Like,
no,
they walked past.
They went past people in regular cells who were like sitting at tables playing checkers. Right, that's very different to like Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs.
Well, you don't think they let him out for like meals and stuff? You think he was in there all the time?
I think he's in there the whole time. Yeah.
Oh.
Because when they capture him in Civil War, like briefly before he busts out, he's in like a locked cage that's tiny. Right, he's in like a little mobility, like almost like the Pope-mobile kind of sized cube or triangle, I think.
Yeah.
And
So
he
you're
busts out of
basically
that.
saying, why did they treat him?
They treat him like he's maximum security required, but leave him in a regular prison.
So maybe he's just maximum security required for regular humans incapable of superpowered feats. And the raft is for superpowered stuff that can't be held within normal, even the most maximum security normal human prisons, right?
Okay, so why are they taking him there now?
Because they're worried someone's going to bust him out again. And at least make it a little harder for him.
Sure.
I don't know. In Bucky, honestly. Like, what is... Okay, I mean... I suppose they did accomplish their goal, right?
Yeah.
They found Carly. All of the super soldier serum was destroyed, except for the one that New Cap got.
Uh-huh.
I think that was their goal, honestly. And then maybe, to capture Carly and the rest of the Flag Smashers. But this was a pretty big part of it. So, anyway.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. So all that has to happen. Bucky's hitting on Sam's sister. Which, like, maybe give it some time, dude. But all right.
I mean, by hitting on, we mean he said hello to her twice.
He did the, like, double take thing, and he busted out a smile for her. He doesn't smile at people.
I don't know. He's pretty rehabilitated these days. He smiled at, like, the girl he went on a date with in the first episode.
That's true.
Right. Like, he smiles.
So once
Right.
in the entire series, he smiled.
Yeah, once.
Anywho. Yeah. So hopefully they can tie it up nicely.
Fingers crossed.
And apparently Elaine's character is supposed to be introduced in the Black Widow movie because that was supposed to be released before this show.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, everything's all screwed up. So
timelines.
yeah.
When is the Black Widow movie coming out?
I think we have a date for that. July 9th?
9th. Yeah, July 9th.
So, my gosh, it's still far away.
I mean,
Jeez.
it's a little bit away.
I mean, yeah. All right. Man, so they're going to be like, here's Elaine from Seinfeld. She is a villain. Let's explain her whole backstory. And we're going to be like, but we already Googled all that stuff.
And
When
she's
you showed
already
her-
dead.
Yeah, I know. When you showed her in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you killed her. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, poor Elaine. We're just going to keep calling her Elaine because her name is
Oh.
way too complicated and long.
Right. Yeah, she's Elaine. She's
Yeah.
Elaine with a streak of purple dyed in her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. I don't know that I've seen her in anything since Seinfeld, to be honest with you.
Really? I assume
Have
she's
you?
in stuff.
I assume she's done stuff. I just haven't seen it, is all I'm saying.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What is her actress's name?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
That is it. Dreyfus. That sounds like a name.
Dreyfus. Richard Dreyfus. I don't know if they're related. Here we go. Let's find out.
So yeah, she's been in stuff.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, Richard Dreyfus is her dad. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. She did Veep. I forgot. She totally stars in Veep. That's what
the
she's
hell-
been doing. Is a lot of Veep.
What's
It's an
Veep?
HBO show about the vice president.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's the vice president.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, she like an 8-year run of Veep. So I mean, that's a lot of what she's been doing over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Fair enough. She's also working for Apple TV and playing Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Yeah. She was in the New Adventures of Old Christine. There you go. 88
I don't know
episodes, 5 seasons.
What's that?
I have no idea.
Okay, cool.
Look, I'm just reading the wiki.
Nope, that's fair. You just sounded like you knew what it was. That's all. You're like, oh, the New Adventures of Christine. It's like,
Nope.
yes. Nope, not at all. Cool. All right, so that should be good. Okay, I'm still annoyed that Sam is poor is still happening in this storyline. It's like, all right, we got to fix up this boat. Let's rally the entire community together to fix it up. It's like, or you could get paid adequately and fairly by the U.S. government for tracking down and capturing terrorists as a private citizen. Like, maybe that could be happening.
Maybe his involvement as like a mercenary for the U.S. government is conditional bail of his pardon.
Oh my gosh, it's community service.
Yeah.
Dude, that would explain everything.
There you go. Boom. Nailed it.
God, that would suck. Except, again, the concept is that Cap pardoned everybody who was involved in Civil War, except apparently for Sharon Carter. Sorry, Sharon.
Well, the president pardoned.
Oh,
Captain
Cap
didn't pardon.
had something to do with it.
He didn't do anything. Nobody ever said Captain pardoned anyone.
I mean, okay. I'm just saying, I think he was probably somewhat influential in the process.
When?
You don't think so?
They all got pardoned after he went back in time, and then after he was old. When did he do it? You think he pardoned
when he was
them
old.
Oh, okay. So the entire reason Sharon doesn't get pardoned is because he's old, A, B, in a relationship, and C, doesn't want to see his old girlfriend with his new wife. Like, hey, look, I did
see her.
You don't think he had a reunion with everyone? He didn't want his old girlfriend there.
That would be hilarious. He pardons everybody except for Sharon because he wants to have a big get together and doesn't want her there because it would be awkward.
Yeah.
Steve, not the best guy, it turns out.
Or the much more rational explanation is Steve is not involved in the pardonings at all, and it's all the president, and the president decides not to pardon her because she's the power broker and has been doing evil shit for the last 5 years. I think that one makes a little more sense than scumbag Steve.
Entirely possible.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, enough Falcon talk.
Okay.
Yeah. So in other news, let's see. I watched Invincible.
Okay.
What is an Amazon Prime show based on a fairly popular comic about superheroes.
Okay.
It has a lot in common with The Boys in that there's a Superman character who is nigh unstoppable and is probably a bad dude.
Okay.
So similarities are definitely there, but yeah, it's good. I mean, it's 6 episodes, so it's not super crazy long.
Okay.
For season 1. It has the generic problems I have with all superhero stories, wherein there's a ton of like attacks on cities and destructions, and a lot of people die all the time, and yet everyone's really chill about it. Like, I'm just saying, if I lived in a city that was constantly experiencing aliens from another dimension wandering in and killing off hundreds of people, or some supervillain testing his new laser ray and just cutting skyscrapers in half, that I wouldn't be wandering around shopping and like acting like everything's normal during my free time. I would feel like I'm living in a war zone. But everybody does it. Like every show does it. One Punch Man kind of lampshades the whole thing because their cities are destroyed so often they just give them numerical, or they give them letter designations.
Right.
They can't be bothered to name them all the time.
Right, except for the one where the area in which Saitama actually lives, which has been such constantly under attack that nobody lives there anymore. Right?
Yes, except for that one.
Yeah. Except for Saitama, because it's such a cheap place to live because nobody else lives there.
Yeah, because it's a war zone. Like every exterior shot they show of it, everything's crumbling.
Yeah.
His apartment building looks like it's been hit by a mortar. Like, see, but again, One Punch Man acknowledges it and hits it in a way that I've never seen another show do it. It's just like, yeah, sure, monsters, kaiju are real in Invincible, so like, yeah, sure, something might rise up out of the ocean and kill everybody. About once every week or so, this happens. But
right,
we're fine with it. We just rebuild and move on. That's all. Everyone should be constantly stressed out and having PTSD all the time. Or maybe if you've just grown up in this environment and this is how it always is, maybe you're inured to it. Maybe you don't freak out because you've never known anything different. I don't know. I don't think that's possible. I think that's possible. I think
it's
kids
possible.
that are like born into war zones are still pretty messed up.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't think so?
I think it's a personal level of disbelief. What you're not willing to suspend.
Yeah, no, I know. And it's just, if you go to the trouble of being like, these are normal people. This is Earth, basic. This is Earth. They call it Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Then I kind of have to apply what I understand about people to these people, you know? If you want to tell me some of them are superheroes who can fly and shoot lasers out of their eyes, okay. But if you're going to tell me the rest of the people are just like regular humans on Earth that I live in, then they need to act like that, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, they don't need to. It doesn't freak me out, but it's just... sometimes there's such whiplash. It's like a cyborg attacks a university and like kills 3 people and almost kills someone else in this friend group.
Mm-hmm.
And literally they walk away from the place and it's like it never happened. Oh, is there a party tonight? Let's go to the party. And it's like, what? You almost died.
All right, that sounds like creative choices, right? To just have these people move on like that. That's not. I don't think that's like most other superhero movies that I've seen.
Yeah, and maybe it is. Maybe it's creative license.
Yeah, because like just the boys, the Flash runs through a person, and then literally the rest of the show is about how that one person can't cope, despite Butcher telling him that this happens all the time, and from what we see for the rest of the show, it does happen literally all the time. These people aren't used to it or accustomed, despite its frequency.
Yeah.
So.
Anywho. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I mean, if you have access to it, want to hammer it out, I can recommend it. Again, it's not a ton of stuff, so.
How long is an episode?
Like 45 minutes.
Okay. So it's basically the same length as Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Slightly shorter.
Yeah, totally.
Fair enough.
It's got J.K. Simmons voicing the Superman character.
Okay.
And it's, I don't know, it kind of throws me. I've like, for me, J.K. Simmons is basically J. Jonah Jameson at this point.
Oh, yeah, no. He can be no one else.
Right. So for his voice to be coming out of a superhero character is like, wait, what happened here? It just, there's a little, the back of my mind just is always being like, huh, what's happening whenever he's on screen and talking. So.
Right. No, that's fair.
Yeah. Poor guy. He's a little typecast at this point. He's done a lot of things, but he's such a good JJ that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anywho. Yeah. Let's see what else. This Friday, I get to go see Infinity Train Demon Slayer. Very excited.
Cool. It's about time.
You will have entirely forgotten everything that happened in the film by the time I get to see it.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean,
There's that whole thing that you wanted to talk about why it's rated R versus not PG-13.
Right. Yeah.
You can talk about on next pod.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, do you really want to go see it? It's not that good of a movie. You should just skip it, I reckon.
How dare you? I've been looking forward to this for so long.
Yeah, the animation's kind of wonky. It like drops frame rates halfway through. I'm pretty sure they cropped it at one point. Because
I hate you. Don't do this to me. I need this.
I hope you go into the theater and they accidentally play the dubbed version instead of subbed.
I would demand my money back.
Yeah, it's probably...
Actually, you know what they've got going is at the same time, like I'm guessing neighboring theaters, one's subbed and one's dubbed. Mm-hmm. So like I could probably just wander next door and be fine.
Yeah. Do you guys not have assigned seating?
We do.
Okay, but if it's not full, you can sit where. Yeah.
Yes, I was gonna say I can't imagine it's gonna be full.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. When I went and saw the My Hero Academia movie, it was not full. That's for sure. It was more full than I thought it was gonna be, but it was not full.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess MHA is back, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen the last season.
Right.
And I have a feeling that now that we're entering season 5, that this is going to be 5 of like 1,000, and I'm just not interested anymore.
Fair. I had forgotten how the pacing on My Hero Academia is not great.
It's fair.
I've been a little spoiled with the animes I've watched recently. And my MHA is like, let's spend forever on this one thing. And they do recaps. It's like, you guys, this was in the last episode. We were here for that.
My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia episode 1 has a flashback in it to earlier that episode.
Yes. I'd forgotten, is all I'm saying. My Hero Academia takes its time on things.
Yeah.
Like, to the point that this latest episode, I was like, wait, hold on. Did I click on the wrong episode? Is this the last week's episode? It wasn't. It was just recapping a lot of what happened in the last week's episode.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right.
That's that.
Okay. I just last week went to the movies and I saw Nobody, if you've heard about that. Judging by your reaction,
what?
I'm going to say no.
No. Say it again?
Nobody. It's got Bob Odenkirk in it.
Oh, okay. Yes, I have heard of the Bob Odenkirk show. I did not know the name of it.
Yeah, it's called Nobody. It's fine, is all I'll say. It's not super recommendable, but it's just weird choice. Like, I picture Bob Odenkirk not as an action hero, and here he is, action hero.
That's an interesting, weird call.
Yeah.
Like, he very much plays like the older, middle-aged white man who works in an office.
Yep.
Try to turn him into like Jason Bourne is an interesting choice. Okay, so that's what they're trying to do.
His entire shtick is that he was Jason Bourne, and then he got out and became just a regular dude.
Right? Classic. Yeah. So he's got a family now.
He's got a family, and he works 9 to 5 at a job he hates.
And then someone comes and goes, "We need you for one more job." And
No.
like, I'm out. I got out years ago. Oh, no, somebody killed his family?
His family gets robbed, and while he's out looking for revenge because they stole a kitty cat bracelet from his daughter.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And he desperately wants that back. He accidentally gets attacked by a Russian mobster's little brother or son or something.
So it's John Wick.
So it's John Wick, yeah.
Okay, so that's the other one. We have 3 options here. It's the John Wick, it's the family gets killed, and it's the we need you back for one more job. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want a ludicrous action movie about a guy who's very good at what he does, like John Wick, only less professional. It's almost more Home Alone. And he's crafting gadgets in his
MacGyver.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an unenjoyable watch if you want to kill some time.
What is it?
Nobody.
Oh, okay. So nobody is the MacGyver. Got it.
Sure.
Got it. All right. Where is that airing in America? Let's see.
There's even a couple funny jokes in it.
Theaters have it, sort of. Some of them do.
Sort of.
And that's what all movies are these days. It's it's in some movie theaters every once in a while.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, now Demon Slayer's on the front page. Nice. My local theater. I kind of had to dig to find the tickets when I bought them when they first got released. It's
Oh, yeah.
Now it's front and center, subbed and dubbed.
Cool.
Let's see. Nobody. Search. Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen. He's getting punched on the movie poster. So if you want to see Bob Odenkirk get punched.
A lot. He gets punched a lot.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it isn't my local one.
Cool.
All right. Good. StarCraft check.
Oh, GSL played some rounds.
Yes, they did. Who was that? Bunny and Dream?
And Rogan Zest.
Bunny and Dream was typical Clown Fiesta TVT if it's early game stuff.
Oh yeah, that game too was incredible. That was a good game, but not for like peak StarCraft reasons, right?
Right. It was just sheer entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of good skill displayed there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But not when people say like the highest level StarCraft. That's usually not what they mean.
Nope.
Yeah.
True facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I've never seen a game where Tastos has changed their minds on who's going to win it as often.
Mm-hmm.
I think they flipped a few times there because it was just so crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
yeah, okay.
So Dream moves on,
Mm-hmm.
and now we have Rogue and Zest, which was thankfully a proper best of 5 that had a little back and forth.
Yeah, went 5 games. Can't ask for more than that. That was good.
Yeah. Reverse sweep.
Watch that. Yeah, I should watch that VOD. Was it?
Yeah.
Nice job, Rogue. Tricky.
And
All right.
like game 1, he did this stupid. I'm gonna pull 5 drones and try and drill through the wall, like the adept in the wall.
Oh, he lost with that at Katowice too.
Yeah.
Rogue, knock it off. Protoss have it figured out, man.
Yeah, it was not good. I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, he's got a probe ready to like block the wall, and then he blocks the wall.
Yep. Turns out it's not that hard for Elite Protoss to handle.
Turns out.
Turns
out. So what this means is, do we still do bets on this? Because like half the quarterfinals are done. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe once we have the semifinals set and ready to go.
Okay, you want to do... Well, here's the problem. The semifinals start in 5 days. So we will not be back here by the time.
No.
Yeah, and obviously picking Dream or Rogue would give us a pretty big advantage.
Much better chance.
Yeah.
We can just do it off air, I guess.
We can do it off air, sure.
Once we have the second semifinal, we can just talk about it on Discord, and then...
Okay.
You want to know what we picked? I'll put it on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter.
That will hold us accountable.
Yep.
Yeah. Excellent. So that's going to be Hurricane and Maru and Innovation and Trap. One Zerg and the whole... That's Korea for you, man. GSL is not Zerg friendly.
No. But I mean, it's Rogue. He could win.
He could. No, absolutely.
Yeah. Especially when he's going up against Dream. I think he like that's the easiest choice out of all the remaining players, his Dream.
Agreed.
So it'll be a Rogue Maru finals, I'm calling it.
That'd be a ton of fun. I wouldn't say no to that.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. All right. So we good to go?
We can head off, yeah.
Anything else we have to cover here for the week?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything.
Cool. All right. Well, that's going to be it from us today then. This has been a Falcon Paladin and Summicron of the Falcon Paladin Hour. Be sure to support the Patreon directly through patreon.com/Summicron if you're interested in doing so. Also, check out the store at falconpaladin.store. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to the pod. And you take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye.